Today's episode is for those of you who are ready not just to learn about energy, but to live it, feel it, and direct it consciously. This isn't mere theory. This is transformation through personal experience. Today, we're diving into how to master Prana Vidya, an ancient yogic science and a practical step-by-step process for awakening your inner healer, expanding your energy body, and accessing the universal life force known as Mahaprana. I'm Dave Atma, and I was blessed to be initiated into this lineage in 2008, living and studying under the senior swamis of the Bihar School of Yoga in the direct presence of Swami Satyananda. And over the last 17 years, Prana Vidya has become the foundation of my own spiritual sadhana. I've been using this system, and I've seen how it can activate healing at the deepest levels: physical, emotional, mental, and psychological. So in this episode, I'll guide you from basic breath work to advanced energy healing. You'll learn how to develop sensitivity to prana through breath, awareness, and meditation. How to move prana through the psychic body using a japa jap, and how to awaken the nadis and chakras. How to purify the 5 elements through Tatwasudi and return the 5 elements to their subtle source. How to practice chakra purification using mantra, breath awareness, and visualization. How to become your own healer using the 3 different levels of Prana Vidya. Each level has a particular chakra that is dominant at that level. So for level 1 Prana Vidya, we use Manipura chakra. Level 2 of Prana Vidya, we use Agya chakra. And at level 3, we are using Sahasrara chakra, the crown. And ultimately, you will learn the step-by-step method sequentially, which practice to do first, and what you can expect as far as the entire routine and systematic method. So this is a complete energetic path where yogic practice becomes yogic power. It's for those ready to go beyond intellectual understanding and scattered daily practices into a systematic form leading to direct personal experience and personal mastery. So if you've ever felt that there's more energy inside of you waiting to be unlocked, or if you've sensed that there is a vast ocean of cosmic energy just beyond your fingertips, or if you feel that you were born to serve others through healing and inner light, I hope that this episode will be your doorway. So take a deep breath and feel the current of life within you. And let's begin this sacred exploration into Prana Vidya, the science of conscious life force. First of all, we need to develop awareness of prana. Before mastering prana and consciously directing it, we must learn how to feel it. And for this stage, we have tools such as breath work, which helps us relearn how to breathe properly. Shallow chest breathing is replaced by diaphragmatic and full yogic breathing. Then we learn the 8 primary pranayamas. Pranayama techniques such as Nadi Shodhana, Brahmari, Bhastrika, Kapalbhati, Ujjayi. These help us to begin to sensitize the nervous system to pranic flows. And these techniques help you to cool and calm the mind, to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, to amplify pranic energy, and to increase your lung capacity so you can have a greater quantity of prana. At this stage, we also use Prana Nidra, which is a unique meditative process that blends Prana Vidya with Yoga Nidra to enhance pranic sensitivity by guiding awareness through the body, breath, and psychic centers. You learn to sensitize your awareness to prana and begin consciously manipulating life force energy with the mind, all within the familiar and comfortable space of a yoga nidra session. Next, we learn hand mudras, the Panchavayu mudras. These mudras help you connect to the 5 primary vayus or winds that are the manifestations of prana, such as Prana Vayu, Apana Vayu, Samana Vayu, Udana Vayu, and Vyana Vayu. Prana Mudra is done by bringing the tips of the middle and ring fingers to the tip of the thumb while focusing on the chest region. And this makes you sensitive to Prana Vayu, which is responsible for the inhalation. Apana Mudra is done by bringing the tip of the index and middle fingers to the tip of the thumb while focusing on the lower abdomen and legs. And this makes you sensitive to Apana Vayu, which is responsible for elimination and the downward flowing force. Samana Mudra is done by bringing the tips of the ring and little fingers together to the tip of the thumb while focusing on the core of the abdomen. And this makes you sensitive to Samana Vayu, which is responsible for the digestive fire and assimilation. Udana Mudra is done by bringing the index and little fingers together to the tip of the thumb while focusing on the neck, head, and outer extremities, which are responsible for self-expression, ascension, and levitation. And finally, Vyana Mudra is done by bringing the tips of all the fingers together to the tip of the thumb while focusing on the all-pervasive energy of Vyana Vayu, which is responsible for cellular energy and uniting all the 5 pranas together as one. Next are the lifestyle components for pranic conservation. Living a sattvic life, eating fresh, unprocessed foods in season, rising and sleeping with the sun, daily movement, exercise, and thought management. These are important lifestyle factors for stabilizing and building your internal reservoir of prana. And these practices are essential and should not be overlooked. Before you can fill a bucket with water, first you must patch the holes. Next comes a japa, moving prana through the psychic passages. Now we start to learn meditation techniques, such as a japa, which is the technique of effortless mantra repetition, where we listen to the breath's own mantra, Soham, in synchronization with the breath. And this begins the internal movement of prana with our awareness. First, you move prana through the frontal passage, inhaling up the front of the body, exhaling down, visualizing a tiny tube of light running along the front side of the body that you are directing pranic awareness through. Awareness rides with the breath through the frontal passage up and down. Then we move to the spinal passage. Breath awareness travels along the very center of the spine, visualized as, again, a very thin, tiny tube of light and is perfectly straight without any contour lines. Then we combine frontal and spinal breathing through this connected circuit. And this combination strengthens awareness and vitality by creating a closed circuit of pranic energy in the subtle body. Then we move on to sensing Ida and Pingala nadis. You visualize the right and left flows spiraling and crossing through the chakras. For example, Pingala Nadi originates out the right side of Muladhara, then crosses Swadhisthana to the left, Manipura to the right, Anahat to the left, Vishuddhi to the right, and into the right side of Agya at the brow center. Ida Nadi mirrors this movement starting out the left side of Muladhara, Swadhisthana right, Manipura left, Anahat right, Vishuddhi left, and into the left side of Agya. And these are the two conduits for the vital and mental energies that power the body and mind. And they are represented by the two most power symbols of duality, the sun and the moon. Pingala is the vital solar channel. And if you bring your awareness to the right nostril, you can feel a slightly warm current of energy there. Ida is the mental lunar channel. And if you bring awareness to the left nostril, you can feel a slightly cool current of energy there. And this is also the basis of a very subtle form of yoga called Swara Yoga, in which the flow of the breath at the nostrils becomes your focus, and they are harmonized and balanced so that the third spiritual channel of Sushumna Nadi is awakened and maintained. So, for example, if right now, if you just focus on the flow of the breath at the nostrils and visualize that the flow is moving through both nostrils evenly, then this will balance and introvert the mind so that it becomes easier to meditate and you feel immediately more centered. After moving the mantra and pranic awareness through Ida and Pingala Nadi, a japa japa meditation culminates in the loosening of the three granthis, the three knots in Sushumna. Brahma Granthi is at the same region as Muladhara Chakra, but it's in Sushumna. And it has to do with unbinding from the physical and material attachments. Vishnu Granthi is at the same region as Anahat, the heart chakra, and has to do with releasing emotional and social bonds. And Rudra Granthi is at the same region as Agya and has to do with, it's the most subtle knot related to spiritual ego, philosophy, and conceptual identities. So actually loosening the knot of Rudra Granthi is the most difficult, as it requires you to let go of the conceptual pigeonhole that theory, philosophy, and religion has over you. And before you can become totally free, we must let go of the map and just be the final destination. As the Polish-American philosopher said, Alfred Korzybski, the map is not the territory. The model is used to get to the truth, but truth is not a mental construct. It is not a thought, not even a really pretty or beautiful thought. Truth is the ultimate reality. So all of our meditation techniques are meant to purify our erroneous beliefs. As William Blake said, if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. Next, after a japa jap, we move on to Chakra Shudi, purification of the psychic centers or chakras. Now you are ready to go deeper in your meditation practice and deeper into the subtle body and begin working with the chakras. Each chakra holds karmic impressions and latent potential. Here we use an ancient tantric meditation called Chakra Shudi. And Chakra Shudi uses bija mantras, for example, Lam at Muladhara, Vam at Swadhisthana, Ram at Manipura, Yam at Anahat, Hum at Vishuddhi, and Om at Agya. And these potent seed mantras affect vibrational activation of the chakras. And together with these mantras, we also use breath visualization to circulate prana through each chakra. And the psycho-emotional purification at these chakras includes transforming fear into trust at Muladhara, depression into joy at Swadhisthana, insecurity into confidence at Manipura, grief into love at Anahata, inhibition into self-expression at Vishuddhi, and ignorance into insight at Agya. And we also begin working with Bindu Visarga and Sahasrar Padma, unlocking the highest levels of pranic refinement as we merge individual prana into cosmic prana. In Prana Vidya, we talk about 3 forms of prana. There is prana vayu, which is the inhalation. Then there is prana shakti, which is the individual life force that flows through Pingala Nadi. And then there is mahaprana, which is universal or cosmic energy that flows through Sushumna. After Chakra Shudi, then you learn Tatwasudi, which means elemental purification. So Tatwasudi is one of the most refined and powerful meditations in the tantric tradition. It is a spiritual alchemy through which we dissolve the physical elements back into their subtle energetic source, ultimately allowing the practitioner, you, to transcend the material form and merge with cosmic energy and universal consciousness. So the ancient yogis understood that the entire manifest universe, including the human body and mind, are composed of 5 primary elements, or tattvas. There's earth, prithvi, water, apas, fire, tejas, air, vayu, and ether, or akash. Each of these is a vibration, a density and frequency of prana. Earth is the most solidified form of prana, and ether is the subtlest. So in Tatwasudi, we do not merely intellectually contemplate these elements, we meditatively return them to their origin. This sacred sequence of dissolution takes you through 7 ascending stages, using powerful bija mantras for each element. First, earth is dissolved into water. The stability, rigidity, and structure of the earth element begins to dissolve into the fluidity and adaptability of water. We let go of our attachments to form, possession, and physical security. We release fear and rigidity. And this is visualized in meditation as a yellow square ascending from the legs and merging into an upside down silver crescent moon in the pelvis. Then that water is dissolved into fire. The emotions, sensuality, and the inertia of water now dissolve into the dynamic, transformative energy of fire. Fire purifies desire and awakens willpower. Here we transmute emotional attachments into spiritual aspiration. And during meditation, this is visualized as the silver crescent moon within the pelvis, ascending and merging into an inverted red triangle of flames at the navel. Then that fire is refined and dissolved into air, the energy of movement, expansion, and freedom. Passion becomes inspiration. Anger is released through the breath, and identity becomes less rigid. We experience the power of detachment. This is visualized as the inverted red triangle ascending from the navel and merging into a six-sided bluish-gray hexagram in the space of the heart, directly back from the sternum. Then we dissolve air into space. The mobile quality of air dissolves into the vastness of space, or ether. And here we release the need to control or do anything. We release the false identifications as being the doer. In ether or space, all becomes subtle awareness, the field of pure potential. The boundaries of the individual self begin to dissolve. And this is visualized during meditation as that bluish-gray hexagram in the space of the heart, ascending and merging into a dark navy blue circle at the throat, which has many tiny colorful points of light, symbolizing the four lower elements in their potential state. So space is not seen as empty in the yogic tradition. It is full of all the elements in their seed state. Then space is dissolved into the element of mind. Ether becomes awareness, our field of spacious consciousness contracts into the individual mind, the experiencer, the knower. So here we now look inward into the mirror of the mind itself. The universe collapses into thought. Spaciousness collapses into thought. And we then ascend, we continue ascending from mind, which is at Agya, up into the top of the forehead. Mind becomes cosmic energy. The limited conceptual mind is now surrendered, and we expand into the universal life force. We become aware of the pure current of cosmic energy that underlies and sustains all thoughts and sensations. And this is the raw force of existence itself, the life force energy of the universe that we call Mahaprana or Mahashakti, which is not restricted or limited or bound by logic, language, or identity. But we're not done yet. Then we continue raising the awareness from the top of the forehead up to the tip of the crown of the head, where that cosmic energy merges into universal consciousness. Even energy or Shakti dissolves back into its source, which is consciousness or Shiva. And here the breath becomes very, very subtle. Actually, the breath is suspended here, and there's no movement, no duality, only unconditioned, featureless awareness, pure consciousness or Chaitanya. And you become the eternal witness. The drop merges into the ocean. Individual prana unites with Mahaprana, which reunites with Chaitanya, consciousness. So this is not just a theoretical model. It is a direct experiential journey of transcendence. And as you practice Tatwasudi over time, you begin to dissolve karmic impressions, the samskaras, and you experience prana in its more pure, refined, and subtler frequencies. You break through egoic identification with the physical and mental body and merge with the group mind, Mahat, and with universal consciousness, Chaitanya. You feel your energy body lighten and expand beyond the boundaries of individual existence. And you merge finite, individual consciousness with infinite universal being. From this place of stillness and vastness, you realize the deeper truth of yoga. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the clear light of pure consciousness. And this is energetic enlightenment, not through philosophy, but through vibration and dissolution. This is the heart of Prana Vidya, the merging of the microcosmic life force with the cosmic life current Mahaprana, the macrocosmic prana. Now you're ready for the next set of practices. Consciously manipulating prana. Energy flows where the mind goes. And here we move through 3 levels of mastery in pranic healing. Once that you have cultivated sensitivity to prana through breath work, ajapa, chakra and elemental purification, and the dissolution of egoic attachments and false identifications, now you have prepared yourself to enter the sacred dimension of Prana Vidya healing and directing and transmitting prana for spiritual empowerment, kundalini activation, and etc. So this is the art of directing life force energy with precision, consciousness, and compassion for the healing of yourself and others and the planet at large. Healing with prana is not merely about technique. It is a consecrated capacity that awakens from within. And it unfolds in 3 progressive levels. Level 1, we work with the solar plexus chakra, Manipura. Because prana is already active there. You don't have to activate it or build it. It's already there at Manipura. That's your internal reservoir of pranic energy. So this chakra is the seat of personal power and the storehouse of your individual prana. And it also governs metabolism, digestion, the internal fire, Jataragni, and makes it the ideal place to begin self-healing. We're only going to use this for healing ourselves because it's our personal energy. When it comes to healing other people, we want to use cosmic energy, not our own personal energy. But this stage helps us to be able to gain proficiency with consciously moving and directing pranic energy inside of our own body. So you direct your awareness to Manipura chakra, and you use intention as a subtle command to begin to move that pranic energy there, and visualization as well as breath, especially deep abdominal breathing combined with Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi is when you slightly contract the epiglottis, the muscles surrounding the vocal cords, producing a light snoring or like a sonorous sound, like the sound of a child sleeping. Or it's kind of like fogging a mirror, but with your mouth closed. And this breath helps to sensitize and tune your awareness to prana. So prana is guided to areas of weakness or injury or tension from Manipura with the inhalation and then back to Manipura with the exhalation. So this level helps to clear energetic blockages, to reduce chronic fatigue, and to awaken the body's natural healing capacity. And at this stage, you begin to become your own healer. You begin to become sensitive to your pranic levels, your levels of energy. So you'll naturally want to start to conserve prana and choose healthy lifestyle habits that help you to conserve your energy levels. And your body will also start to communicate to you about what kind of foods you should buy and what kind of lifestyle habits you should avoid. So this awakens and helps you to consciously use the life force within you. Level 2, the intermediate stage of Prana Vidya healing, involves Agya Chakra. And this is where you're going to learn to direct a beam of pranic energy out from the eyebrow center, Agya Chakra, to heal yourself and others. And there's a whole series of steps to be able to activate prana, activate the pranic body, then activate Agya Chakra, Muladhara Chakra, Sushumna Nadi, so that you can begin to build Mahaprana, cosmic energy, through Sushumna Nadi in the spine to Agya Chakra at the brow center. So this is the seat of psychic perception, willpower, and energetic transmission. And at this stage, you now become capable of healing others and also activating others' kundalini and transmitting spiritual energy. So you raise prana consciously first through Pingala Nadi, the solar channel, to Agya Chakra to activate Agya Chakra. Then, after we've used Pingala Nadi, and why Pingala? Because Pingala is the natural conduit for Prana Shakti. You don't have to activate Pingala Nadi. Prana is already flowing there. So you're going to use Pingala Nadi to activate Agya Chakra. And Agya Chakra is the switch. It's the switch for turning on Muladhara Chakra. And when you turn on Muladhara Chakra at the root, then you activate Sushumna Nadi, the spinal pathway, which is the conduit for the Mahaprana, the cosmic energy. And that's the energy we want to use for healing other people with, not our own personal resident Prana Shakti, because then there might be an energetic exchange that we want to avoid. We want to just become a channel, a conduit for sending cosmic energy for healing other people. So you're going to use focused visualization to project prana from Agya to a target. It can be inside your own body, or it can be a person, an organ, the subtle organizing energy field of an organ or body part. And you can transmit prana this way, either in the presence of another person, the recipient, or you can direct it from a distance, any distance, for healing other people or the planet. And it is at this stage that the cosmic life force is utilized. And you begin to drawing from the universal reservoir of energy instead of your own reservoir of energy at Manipura. So you become a conduit, a bridge between earth and heaven, channeling Mahaprana with precision, compassion, and purpose. And this intermediate level naturally leads you to the advanced level of Prana Vidya healing, where we're going to be using cosmic energy. And the chakra at this stage is the crown chakra, Sahasrara. Because at this level, your relationship with prana is no longer individual or limited. It's no longer mechanical, or it doesn't require so much effort. It becomes intuitive, spontaneous, and you step into this level of mastery where the individual prana has merged with the universal prana. And you now work with three supreme tools for pranic manipulation. Number one is intention or sankalpa. And this is not mere thought. It is a focused resolve of the soul. Your intention becomes a vibratory command that organizes prana instantly. And then the other two tools are Ujjayi pranayam and focused awareness, ekagrata. Ujjayi pranayam, it's called the oceanic breath because when you constrict the epiglottis and you hear that sonorous sound, it mimics the sound of the ocean. And not only is it very soothing, but more importantly for us, Ujjayi pranayam is what sensitizes our awareness to prana. And when combined with focused awareness and intention, it becomes a sacred breath of energetic transmission, allowing for very specific laser-like focus to be achieved. And your awareness then becomes the laser through which prana flows. And you no longer need complex visualizations or to go through all those stages of activating the pranic body, activating Agya chakra, activating Muladhara chakra, activating Sushumna nadi. Here, your awareness is expansive. You've expanded your awareness into cosmic energy. And wherever your mind goes, that is where prana flows. So at this stage, you can direct prana with minimal movement, with minimal effort, and you become capable of awakening chakras in other people, clearing blockages, and even facilitating kundalini activation. You radiate pranic presence everywhere you go. Other people will just feel their chakra system coming online. And you may activate others' kundalini just by your presence alone. And in this way, you become a vessel of deep healing. You are no longer doing the healing. The cosmic energy of Mahaprana, which is an intelligent force of the universe, is doing the healing through you. And you are merely Mahaprana in action. So this journey is not just about healing illness and injuries. It is about becoming energetically sovereign. It is about purifying karmic patterns. It's about experiencing oneness with all beings and with the entire universe by merging your awareness with the eternal living field of cosmic energy. Stepping into your dharma as a healer, a teacher, and an awakened human. The entire structure of Prana Vidya is designed to take you from gross to subtle, from breath to bliss, from self-healing to the capacity to uplift others energetically. And this is the yogic path of becoming a radiant being of light and energy, aligned with the universal source, which is limitless. So, if this resonates with you, I've created a step-by-step Prana Vidya home study course designed to take you all the way through this entire journey. There's 3 resources that are included here. There's the Prana Vidya Master Course, 40 lessons across breath work, the 8 essential pranayama, the 10 stages of a japa japa, Chakra Shudi, Tatwasudi, and the pranic healing techniques of Prana Vidya. There's 1 lesson per week is the way that it's designed, which would take you about 9.5 to 10 months. However, you can do 2 lessons per week, and it would take you just under 5 months. Or you can also do 3 lessons per week, which would allow you to master this system in about 3 months. But everybody's different karmically, energetically. So you should go at the pace that feels right for you. Maybe spend a little bit more time on certain lessons until you've really attained mastery with that technique before moving on to the next. The second resource is the Prana Nidra audio library, which I'm constantly updating and adding more to. At this point, there's 14 guided meditations helping you to develop pranic sensitivity and to develop your healing capacity, all in the easy to use, familiar format of a yoga nidra session. And then the third resource is the live weekly Prana Vidya meditation community. And we have Zoom satsangs every Thursday where you learn all sorts of new scientific insights and additional practices, mudras, bandhas, mantras, and advanced techniques. There's also, after our discussion, we do a group meditation. And then at the end, we do a live questions and answers. So just visit mypranaguide.com and select the option that suits your path. You can begin with just one of these resources, or you can immerse yourself in all three. They're all available there for you. So in closing, Prana Vidya is a living tradition. It is an ancient science that has been revealed in modern times, starting from Swami Shivananda of Rishikesh, Swami Satyananda from the Bihar School of Yoga, and his foremost disciple, my own Guruji, Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati. And I am honored to pass on this knowledge to you, to the next generation of seekers. The benefits of this path are truly profound. You can heal yourself and others. You can cultivate an abundance of life force energy. You can learn a systematic, step-by-step, methodical approach for awakening the nadis, the chakras, purifying the 5 elements, and the 3 levels of Prana Vidya healing. And you can experience true energetic liberation, merging with the force of nature, which helps you to be able to improve your relationship with nature and with the living energy of the universe. So if you're ready to walk this sacred path, come join me. Head on over to mypranaguide.com and get started. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om.